Welcome to the MCF Ship Manager installation video. In this video, we're going to go through the steps of how to install the plugin from Oasis and the tables needed to support the plugin. First, let's look at our entity relationship diagram. In this diagram, we are recommending that you have 5 tables to support the plugin. You can also choose to go the route of having just one table, which in our example is the orders table. This is where Ship Manager will actually generate your shipping labels. You can have just the orders table with all of the relevant information, or you can do as we did here and have the information coming in from other tables, such as a customers table, which would have the customer's address and name looked up to the orders, a states table with all 50 United States listed, a shippers table, which would name the different carriers that a user could select, such as FedEx or UPS, and then related shipping types like FedEx overnight or UPS ground. Again, this is our MCF recommended architecture. The only table actually needed and necessary is just the orders table. All of the relevant fields needed to support the configuration can be found in the MCF Ship Manager User's Guide. Now let's go over to Oasis and walk through how to install the plugin. So we're here on our Oasis site at the plugins page. Let's search for Ship Manager, click on that, and scroll down to Install Now, or it might say Free 3-day Trial. When you click on that, the installation prerequisites will appear to tell you what your existing QuickBase application needs to have before installing the plugin. This is what we just went through on our entity relationship diagram. Once you're ready to install the plugin, click on Continue. This will take you to step 1 of the connection. Go ahead and click on Create New Connection. You'll give your connection a name. You can choose to give it a description, and then you'll also need 4 key pieces of information: the application DB-ID, where the plugin will be installed, and an application token. You'll need a user token, and then lastly, you'll need the realm for where the plugin is installed. If you don't know where to find these pieces of information, you can hover over the question mark to help you out. I've already got my connection set up, so I am going to go ahead and find it and click on Use this connection. This will take us to step 2. This is where we will now map our table and fields that the plugin will be using. For my example, we are going to be generating labels from our orders table. It's now going to have you map all of the fields for each piece of information. So the first piece it needs is, what is your key value, which in our case is going to be the record ID. What is the sender name? The sender name is going to be our sender name field. We've made it very easy in our example. We'll continue to map this and choosing the applicable fields for each of these pieces of information. At the end, you will then need to fill in your FedEx or UPS credentials, such as your username and password, your carrier account number, and so forth. When you've gotten all that information filled out, you can click Save and Continue. Again, I've already mapped mine, so I'm going to go back to my plugins and click on Edit Config. Use this connection, and you can see, since I've already mapped it previously, all of my fields are mapped already, and I've also got my credentials filled out. When you click Save and Continue, it would then take you to step 3. In my case, I have already done my subscription and billing information. But if you have not, it's going to ask you for your subscription and billing frequency. And if you have any promo codes, there's going to be a promo code box where you can hit Apply. The last thing is you'll need to agree with the terms and conditions and click Submit. Once you click Submit, it will bring you to this congratulations page. We are now ready to install our plugin. So from here, we want to go to My Plugins, and find the plugin we just configured. And we're going to click on Install Plugin button. What this does is when we click Install, it's going to install a URL formula into the table we've mapped to. So in our case, it's going to install a new field into our orders table. Once you do that, you're going to have to add the field to your form. So if I right-click and add a field before this one, I'm going to go find the field called Oasis Generate Label and click Done. Here's my new formula URL. Now, there's a few things we can do to make this look a little bit nicer. First, let's move it up on the form so that it's not in our senders section. And I'm going to hide the field label and click Save. Now I want to right-click and edit the field properties for the field. I'm going to go ahead and give it some link text. I want it to display as a button on my form, and you can customize the color. And let's also have it open in a new window and click Save. So now we have a much nicer looking button on our orders form. From here now, you can follow along with the how-to video on creating a new order, filling out the order form, and then generating the label. And that's it. You've now installed the MCF Ship Manager plugin.